Fuck you looking at? The fuck's your problem, you little fucking tiny mushroom eating, pipe jumping little piece of shit? Fuck you! Visuals, and welcome back to another edition of Visual Guys Canoes News. The reason why we will never get any sort of well, there's a few reasons why we'll never get anywhere in life on YouTube, because we're quite clearly shit at what we do. Just some autistic little freak being like, Lego. You can imagine the people at YouTube, not that they've probably ever seen us, but they'll be scrolling through like, which is the next channel we should, like, you know, family friendly thing. They'll get across to me and they'll just see me shouting at Mario because he's a little fucking, to be fair, he's a freaking, that is a beautiful Lego set. There is, ignore that though, there will be a Superhero Wednesday coming up at some point about showing him and doing all that kind of stuff. But he's, you know, he's cool as fuck, son. He's just a freaky little bastard. Like, I was chilling in bed, obviously, this is how I sleep. With a burp. It's me in bed, chilling, the TV's over there. I'm like, woo, yay, TV and whatnot. And like, I had his head like this. And it started to offset, you know, send us off a little bit, because I'm like, what the fuck? Imagine my girlfriend was round and like, I was like, hey, do you want 30 seconds of absolute pure pleasure? And then I'll just sweat on you for a bit. Imagine I wanted to do that, right? I'm just chilling, he's just fucking looking at my tits bounce up and down, and that he's a fucking, and the worst thing is, right, Lego were like, let's design him like The Exorcist. The fuck is that bullshit? There's some fucking, it's on me, the motherfucking Exorcist. Anyway, stop looking at that, because there's a video coming on like 2-3 weeks all about that, and we need the views, you know what I mean? It's not like we're fucking raining views here on the Visual Guys. We need the views, so just ignore that. Maybe I should I should have put it away, but the fuck, can't bother now. You already fucking seen it. Just do us a favour and come back and watch the Mario video on Superhero Wednesday, whenever the fuck it goes up, and just let it play in the background. But it is another edition of the Visual Guys Canoes News, and another edition of the Visual Guys Nerd News, where we've got some really cool nerdy shit happening. There might be one or two little rants inside of here. I do apologise for any rants that may be happening. Remember, Coca-Cola based beverage or a coffee for the news. Any other beverages? We had Sprite not long ago, didn't we? You can have Sprite, Coca-Cola, or coffee, or if anyone else can pick up on my hypocrisies and find any other beverage we drank during the news, you can have that as well. Traditionally, what the fuck are we going on about? It's Coke or coffee or semen. Yeah, some cool things have happened in the world of us lovely little nerdy nerds. I think a lot of you will already know this, and none of it's like groundbreaking news, but just in case any of it's gone over your head or you just missed out or whatever, there is some really fun things to look forward to as this little virgin nerdies. Sit back, relax, wipe the sweat from your forehead, or if that's just me, it probably is. It's not even like one of the hottest days in the world out there. I've just took on Mario's fucking demon. Let's go. But it's just, no matter what happens, until we get like fucking icicle rain. Is that just snow? It could just be snow. We'll be forever sweating. But anyway, we'll start off with story number one, because this current weekend, it's a huge weekend. We will get to it in a sec as well. I've got it as a story. But not only do we have like Lego sets kind of get released this week, at the time of recording, they're like Lego sets and shit like that's coming out today. But as the week progresses, more stuff comes out, and then we end with a big WWE pay-per-view, which premium live event, sorry. So I'm going to cover a load of that. But so at the time of recording, officially out today, but hopefully by some miracle we've got our hands on it, the Lord of the Rings Balrog first Gandalf book nook. Didn't know what the fuck a book nook was until Lego released a book nook. You fold it, you put it amongst your bookshelf, and you're like, oh look, it's pretty Lego. It's like next to the books. Pretty, but we have the Durin's Bane, a Balrog of Morgoth, up against the Gandalf with probably the most famous live action, at least, Lord of the Rings quote, line, whatever you want to say, of all time of, "You shall not pass." I don't think that's up for debate, is it? Let me know in the comments below. Maybe there are more. I think, actually, no, the other one that could contest that is, Simply walking to Mordor. You know what I mean? You whole Boromir shit, you know. Maybe that one's just as famous. But of course, we get the Book Nook of Durin's Bane up against Gandalf on the Bridge of Khazad-dûm. It looks like a fun set. Like I said, hopefully we can get our hands on it. I might have to do some shenanigans and fucking bits and bobs and whatever I need to do, because I can't afford that, because it's going to be costing you a whopping 110 quid. I don't know what that is in dollaries and dollary-doos and didgeridoo and shit like that. We did a story, didn't we, about dollary-doos being an Australian currency or some shit. It's going to set you back a pretty penny. Have I written the pieces down? Yeah, it's officially out on the 1st of the 6th, and it's 1,201 pieces. I've seen a few people criticize the set, saying it's a bit basic and whatnot, and I kind of get that, but if it's to fit this design of the Book Nook, it's fine for me. I think they've got like a Sherlock Holmes and that coming out soon as well. I don't know if it's the same release or whatnot, but you can have a cool little Book Nook of stuff with Sherlock Holmes and Gandalf and the Balrog, and, well, the Balrog, Durin's Bane, a Balrog of Morgoth, which would be pretty cool and what. But yeah, 1,201 pieces. I think it looks like a fun build. It's such an iconic moment for Lord of the Rings. One of my favourite moments in Lord of the Rings, period. So, like I said, we will be getting our hands on it as and when we can. In fact, it might be a set that my girlfriend might want to build with me, because she doesn't really like building Lego. I'll see if she wants to, maybe, if we can get our hands on it, build some Lego together. Now I'm saying it, I'm kind of regretting it, because it's my Lego and I want to build it alone. Girlfriend, leave me alone. What a stupid idea you've just brought up. Go get your Gandalf and your Balrog Lego. Well, something that is coming out in the middle-ish of the week on the Thursday, well, Thursday in the UK, the 5th, which has just absolutely crippled the shit out of me, Nintendo. Thank you for just robbing the fucking poor. But it's the release of the new Nintendo Switch. So yeah, again, at the time this video goes up, hopefully you've already got your systems, everybody that can afford it and everybody that's got their hands on it. And you know, a few of them are pre-sold out and whatnot. And like I said, hopefully you can afford it, because it's fucking expensive, Luli. Thank God there's friggin' finance options and shit out there, because what the fuck about you? It's the same price as a fucking Xbox and a PlayStation for all I want to do is chuck red shells at people and catch monsters and Pokeballs. The rest of it, whatever you can keep, just leave me alone. Let me do that. I'll give you $5 and fuck off. I wish. The Nintendo Switch 2 officially out. It's releasing with Mario Kart World. I think that's going to be its big launching title. There is some stuff to do with Zelda. Is it you can get the upgraded versions if you've got the data of the old ones on the game and stuff like that. You can upgrade for free and all that kind of shit. And there's going to be some like extra stuff, and it's going to be all sort of refurbished because it's, you know, better graphics and all that kind of stuff. So there is some Zelda shit coming out, but I think the biggest anchor on release date is the Mario Kart World, which does look phenomenal, by the way. My mouth is literally watering. One, because I'm just fat as fuck. I don't know if there's a connection there, but mostly because the idea of getting in this new Mario Kart world, of being open world, flying, the way we're going to be on water, the way potential tracks being reversed, instead of mirror, we might potentially, it's just been leaked-ish, but not confirmed yet, but you can do the courses in reverse and stuff, having the, what have they called them again, where you do the knockout stages, that sort of shit. I think it's going to be fucking awesome. I can't wait to just spend, because I've took 2 days off work, plus I've got the weekend off. It's 4 days to just sit and dust with this little fucking Italian plumber and his brother and Princess Peach and everybody. But yes, the Nintendo Switch 2 officially going to be out at the time of recording, not yet, but by the time the video goes up, it will be. Sorry for repeating that. You're looking at about 430 quid for the Mario Kart edition. Fucking robbing me fucking sentence. But if you just want the standard version, it's 390. I don't want to sit in here and say I recommend you get this one and spend more money, but if you plan on getting a Switch, I'm 99% sure you're going to be playing Mario Kart. It makes so much more sense going up that extra 40 quid, because I think the game on its own is going to be 70. So, and it is a little bit annoying as well, because I like hard copies. I like physical media and stuff, but I've had to buy this digital one. So I can just make it a bit more affordable for myself and shit. So yes, get your Nintendo Switch 2. You might have to sell a fucking kidney. Right, we're going to head on some Pokemon TCG news. TCG? I said that right, didn't I? I think so. Where I'm a little bit late to the party on this, but this is where the ranty stuff might happen. And I've kind of distanced myself a little bit from the Pokemon TCG stuff. We've actually only just really, there will be a video coming up soon. We've only really been doing the Journey Together stuff. As you can see, I had a big old rearrange of binders and shit like that, and put stuff under the bed and all that kind of stuff, because the world of Pokemon TCG has been rather annoying lately. Scalpers, fucking ridiculous. And I don't know how we can, this set as well is going to be scalp. Destiny's Rivaled has only just come out. I think it's about a week old-ish by the time this video comes out, maybe just over a week old. And it's just already going nuts. You see fucking disgusting, horrible videos of friggin' knobheads sat there clearing out, you know, shop shelves of the ETBs and shit. Like a kid stood behind him just being like, you can see the kid's face kind of like, I just want fucking one ETB. Can I have one ETB? You've seen people have fights outside Walmarts, all that kind of shit. And I'm thinking, right, I'm not going to stress at the fact that I can't get Pokemon cards. There would have been, to be fair, I feel like I've done some real growth here. Dan from not long ago would have been sat there stressing, biting his nails, paying whatever he could, whatever price, and I'll add that to this and just give us that and your packet's here. But no, I said to my girlfriend just before Journey Together come out, I was like, do you know what? If we can't get any, we can't get any. I'm going to take a big break. And of course, it sets us back, you know, because then we've got new sets coming out, collection boxes, tins, all this shit sort of coming in one, and I can't afford all this kind of shit. But I'll just thought, you know what, I'll just get what I can. The collection's going to be taking a massive din, and, you know, promo card collections and all this other kind of stuff is going to be taking a massive din because we can just sort of pick and choose to get what we can get. But I'm just going to put Pokemon TCG on the back shelf for a while until we can get some stuff. Like I said, we were able to get a booster box. We've had one booster box put in here. There is a video of this coming up on Pokemon Thursday soon enough. And we'll just get what we can. Told you I was going to go on a massive fucking rant. Just get what we can, and I'll put my limited resources of what I can into our other collections, because we collect so much anyway, from Funko Pops to Lego sets and action figures and comic books. We'll worry more about that sort of stuff, and Pokemon will look after itself, and we'll get back to Pokemon when we can get back to it. Whether we have to wait for this massive rise of just Pokemon TCG scalpel shenanigans to fall, and then it's maybe 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 months, fuck knows, but then we'll get back into it properly. If I was a billionaire, it wouldn't be a difference, would it? Because I'll just buy whatever cards I could from whenever I could. But just, yeah, scalpers ruining it and making it an absolute nightmare, driving the prices up and shit, and go fuck yourselves. But yes, a set that definitely is going to be getting scalped, because there actually is a story here. We do know the set, it's a subset. It's going to be Scarlet and Violet. I've got it written down. 10.5. We have the release of Black Bolt and White Flare on the 18th of the 7th, which is July. I think it's July. January, February, March, April, May, June, July. Yeah, it's July. I fucking knew it. Smart me. Yeah, it's obviously black and white themed. Black Bolt and White Flare subset. So you're going to get your normal sort of subset shit, your booster bundles, your ETBs. There's going to be a Zekrom collection box, a Reshiram collection box, and everything else in between. So there's no booster boxes. You can buy individual packets, and like there'll be tins and all that kind of stuff. The stuff that you usually get with a subset. It all looks amazing. It all looks phenomenal. The early cards that I've seen so far for this set look really, really cool and amazing. I'd love to get my hands on some at some point, but I don't think that's going to happen anytime soon. But yes, the next Pokemon TCG set coming out on the 18th of the 7th. Once we've got over this Destiny Rivaled stuff, is your Black Bolt and your White Flare. And I will quickly recommend anyone collecting Pokemon, just take a step back, just breathe, relax. The stuff will get reprinted. And just go back to, I know this isn't necessarily mega old, but go back to older sets. My girlfriend's currently doing like a Stellar Crown sort of run. I think she's going to try and just completely finish that one off. Just step back a little bit and get to some older stuff that's out there. Don't stress yourself over fucking cardboard. Literally something I had to teach myself as a 32-year-old man like 2 months ago. Just don't stress over cardboard. But yeah, little plastic bricks I will be stressing over. I need that fucking Gandalf set. Next up is a nice, easy one. Anybody that wants to end their weekend on a high like I will be, like I said, at the start of the week, we've got the Lord of the Rings Lego set. Try and get it. Middle of the week, we have the Nintendo Switch release. But towards the end of the week, getting on to Saturday the 7th. I think it's the 7th. We have Money in the Bank. Yes, WWE's next PLE. One that I cannot wait for. I love Money in the Bank. One of the most important shows of the WWE wrestling calendar year to determine the future road of wrestling and WWE, who's going to be potentially next champion. If their Mrs. Money in the Bank is likely, they're going to cash in there. They're probably the next champion. It's such a cool show. It's such a fun gimmick. 6 men, 6 women climbing up the ladder, trying to get the fucking briefcase and see even cash in and whatnot. So yeah, hopefully at the start of the week, we've got something like that. In the middle of the week, we're just chilling, playing some Mario Kart, and we're going to end it with some cool wrestling, stuff in our face with whatever cheap takeaway I can afford and a few packs of buttons and stuff. But yes, we're going to end our weekend with WWE Money in the Bank. And again, at the time this video comes up, whether I upload it on the Friday or Saturday morning, it'll be this weekend. And speaking of other collections that we're going to just sort of focus on whilst we leave Pokemon just sort of in the rearview mirror for a split sec, it is Funko Pops. Some really awesome Funko Pop news. I don't know if I've already spoke about it, but I mentioned not long ago, I should have, that we have Biker Mice from Mars coming out. That's not the main story here, but when they get released, I will be, I think at the minute there's only 3, I will be getting them. Biker Mice from Mars was such a fucking amazing show. One of my favourite shows growing up as a kid. There's potentially a live action on the way and stuff like that. Can't wait for it. But anyway, sorry. We know now that we've got our Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man Funko Pop set coming out soon. As it stands at the time, I've looked on it just before I started recording this video. There's nothing official on WWE, Funko Pop Europe's website of these being out. They just keep saying notify me, pre-order stuff. But it looks like you just get Peter Parker, you get homemade suit, you get the normal suit, the Oscorp suit, you get Alien Monster, which they've just titled it. You get normal suit, Unmasked, Doctor Strange. So there's a good handful to get there, and I really enjoyed the No Way Home, and Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man show. I thought it was fucking awesome. I loved every episode. We got like 3 a week for like 3 or 4 weeks back to back. Absolutely out of this world. The animation was beautiful. It definitely honoured the past of the old Spider-Man animated series, but it also looked ahead in the future and shit like that. The way that it kind of started where it ended with the Doctor Strange and the Spider and the Alien Monster and blah, blah, blah. Oh, it was such a great show. So yes, for the buying the whole set is a lot cheaper than trying to get some Pokemon cards. So yes, when I get some money, some spare funds, some spare whatnot, I will be getting these Funko Pops as opposed to looking at Pokemon cards and shit like that. And I recommend any of you Funko Pop collectors out there, and especially you Spider-Man Funko Pop collectors out there, these are ones you should definitely add to your collection. You probably will have special editions at some point, so-and-so exclusive and them exclusive and Amazon this and whatnot. But just the main little set itself that you can get on the Funko Pop website, beautiful, highly recommend. Did I give you an official release date? No, I didn't, because I couldn't see one. And next, the final story is a look ahead at future cinema releases. Now, none of these are surprises. You all know these are coming out. I've only really done it as a story because I think it's fucking awesome that I can't remember the last time as a nerd. Yes, me and Chris go to cinema pretty much every week. But I can't remember the last time there was like 3... One of these might not really be a nerdy franchise, but you could be a nerdy franchise. But 3 big... franchises and 3 big massive entities have like back-to-back. So we go into Jurassic Park, we go into DC, we go into Marvel, just boom, 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 3 back-to-back on the trot. I think it's back-to-back anyway. There might actually be a week break, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. There's a week break, sorry, and then we get into the last one. We'll tell you the dates in a sec. But still, regardless, absolutely fucking outstanding, and I cannot wait for this. I'm so looking forward to all of these releases, and especially with the last, we'll start with Jurassic Park. It left a bit of a sour taste in my mouth. So going forward with Scarlett Johansson and stuff and Mahershala Ali, beautiful. But of course, starting in July, on the 2nd of July, we have the Jurassic World Rebirth, I can't remember what it's called now, coming out, and it looks phenomenal. I do have 1 or 2 little things about it. I understand Jurassic Park, Jurassic World's all about science, getting involved with dinosaurs and all that kind of shit. That's fine. But I don't want them to go down too mutated. We know we've got that big T-Rexy, alien, flat face kind of looking motherfucker, I can't remember what it's called now, sort of getting involved. And I don't want us to go too crazy, because next thing you know, we're going to have ones where they've got cybernetic arms and they can transform and they can blast cannons and shit. I don't want to go too overboard. I don't mind going a little bit and making them fucked up, like big genuine, making them monsters. But as long as we know, because we know sometimes when shit evolves, like look at Fast and Furious, how that's evolved. Don't do that with Jurassic Park. But yeah, kicking off July, there is the Jurassic World, and then a week later we have Superman, a film that I am actually quite looking forward to. Long-term viewers of the channel will know that I'm not a Superman guy. Superman is not. I understand his legacy, and I respect his legacy, and I respect his history of the comics and how iconic and legendary he is, not a problem. But Superman just doesn't quite do it for me. The story, the character, who he is, it doesn't quite get us going as much. I've never been a huge Superman guy. Plus, I know he has and will be sometimes an underdog. I prefer more the underdog story. I always felt like Batman was fighting an uphill battle, and Spider-Man, like Spider-Man's always my guy. Yeah, Superman's never quite resonated with us, but I am looking forward to this. Not officially, but I guess officially on the big screen. James Gunn's DCU officially kicks off, even though we've had Creature Commandos and Peacemaker and shit, and they're all part of his world and stuff. But we have the Superman film, which does look really cool, and it does look really fun. I am very, very intrigued. And then, we'll miss a week. And the week after that, though, we have Fantastic Four, a film that I am definitely looking forward to. Cannot wait for some fantastic Four action. Vanessa Kirby. Yeah, Vanessa Kirby's the name in it. Joseph Quinn, cousin from The Bear. What the fuck's his name? And of course, my man, Pedro Pascal, Galactus, Silver Surfer. Will there be a Doctor Doom end credit scene? I cannot wait for this film. I'm so looking forward to it. This crazy in the 60s, which I'm so happy that it is. Fantastic Four, you know, the first family of Marvel and all that kind of shit. Beautiful. July is going to be amazing. So if I have like a bad month, I know at the end of every week, kind of pretty much, there's going to be something that's just going to be clutching me on, being like, we've got Fantastic Four coming up, we got Superman coming up, we got Jurassic Park coming up. I'm going to be so looking forward to every single show viewing. I'll be going to the earliest because I'm going to be hopefully taking them days off work, respectively, and then going to see it multiple times and whatnot. So through July, I will definitely be living in the cinema, and I recommend you guys should be as well. And there we have the visuals. That's this week's visual, guys. Newsy news, nerd news. If there's anything there you're looking forward to, you know, if you've been able to afford the Switch, or if you've found a way to get it like I have, let me know. And if you're looking forward to playing Mario Kart and all that kind of shit, are you buzzing about the new Lord of the Rings Lego set and the future of Lord of the Rings Lego? To be fair, I hear there's like rumors of like Edoras, Helm's Deep, and Minas Tirith and all that kind of stuff potentially in 2026. That'll be awesome. That'll be fucking pricey, but it'll be awesome. Pokemon TCG stuff. Are you as frustrated as I am? Maybe you're not. Maybe you don't really care. Fucking annoyed. Money in the Bank's going to be great. The next wave of Funko Pops, Spider-Man Funko Pops, beautiful. Some great films coming out in July. What should be great films. It's going to be an awesome time. But before we go visuals, you know we've got to hit you with this sports and weather where this week we have Gym Fail, Bull Fail, and and Granny on a bike. Here we go, visuals. Here's your sports and weather.
It's the sports, but it's not really the sports because we don't actually talk about sports. I used to do sports, but then I got really fat.
I was never very good at, you know, gym stuff. Does it look like I'm very good at gym stuff in any capacity, whether it's gym athletic stuff or just gym and stuff like that? But yeah, we've got a nice little gym fail. It's not nice to see, but I do laugh at it. I can't help it. There's something weird in us humans. I don't know if it's all of us, but where somebody will trip or fall or hurt themselves, or they'll be doing something and they'll fuck up in it, we find it funny. We're like, the person's in extreme pain. Ha ha ha, fuck off. Why? What the fuck's wrong with us?
Time for the weather, where I'm not going to tell you anything about the weather. If you do need to know that, just look outside your window.
So we have a lovely little, where's my soda? We have a lovely Red Ass fail. If you're from America, you know what Red Ass is. It's a game we used to play when we were playing footy, or what you would call soccer. And then if if you lost like whatever it is, you're playing knockout or something, you would then take punishment and get the ball kicked at your ass so it hit your ass. But this one's a Red Ass fail, where the person getting Red Assed didn't take the punishment. It's the person trying to dish out the punishment who got the punishment. That is 110% a Red Ass fail. And there we go, visuals, your sports, weather, your news. But before we go, we've got to tickle your tummy heart to give you a nice little dance happy ending. Now, some people might think, what does dance happy ending mean? It's not what you think it means. It's just a happy ending to send you away with like a hoo hoo hoo. That's what a happy ending means. Visuals, here's your fucking happy ending.
Oh, look, it's that fat lad. It's Dan. Ugly Dan, and he's really, really fat.
There's nothing worse than, I guess, than seeing people fall and hurt themselves. I'm trying to make myself sound normal now. There isn't nothing worse than it because it's funny as fuck, I can't lie. But there's nothing worse. It's a shame when you see poor Susan falling down the street. She's like, and you're like, I can't help it. But there's nothing worse than seeing an old person fail, especially when they're on stupid shit like a bike and doing the shit. It's cool that Granny wants to get out there and do a bike shit, but it didn't end well for poor Granny, did it? Poor Granny didn't have a good time. There we have visuals, another edition of the Visual Guys News and Nerd News. Come back next week where it'll be even more cringe and not funny and just chaos and carnage, and you'll get 2 seconds and go, that's enough of this fat fuck, it's on to the next. But visuals, have a beautiful weekend. If you've got the Switch, have fun playing with it. If you've managed to get that Lord of the Rings Lego, hopefully it's a fantastic build for you. Fingers crossed, I pray that some of you out there have got some Destiny's Rivaled cards and you're pulling, you got your Mewtwo's or your Giovanni's Nidoking and all that kind of stuff. Hopefully you've had some really good luck. I've seen some people online that have got it, have some really bad luck. But enjoy WWE Money in the Bank if you are a wrestling fan and you will be watching. And then we look at July, wait for July, and look how awesome that's going to be if you're a film fan or a cinema going. We're really blessed in July. So visuals, thank you so much for watching. You guys are literally the fucking best. Wherever else, keep being you and keep on. Keep it on. I've just realised that Iono's teeth, I have not noticed, are extremely sharp. Look how fucking sharp her teeth are. She's like a fucking shark. Was she like? Wasn't there a guy that did that in real life? Who was got like, there was a video of somebody who was like that. Wasn't there like, and they had proper shark teeth. That's disgusting. She's like a 12-year-old girl. And she's got shark teeth. What the fuck? Like, I mean, look at Lily on the back. She's having the time of the life. Just, yay, look at me, I'm a Clefairy. I'm going off on a Pokemon adventure. Woo! I'm a shark. I'm going to rip your face off. What the fuck? I mean, even Belly Bolt's just minging and creepy as it is. Lovely. Having a good time. Yay, Pokemon. Rip your fucking face off. What the fuck?